Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Extra Gents. Hope that you're doing well. Today I want to do a quick review of a fragrance that I did first impressions of when it first came out, but I haven't reviewed till now. So the fragrance is Azzaro's The Most Wanted Parfum. As we're heading into fall and winter time, figured it was a good time to go ahead and bust this review out for you guys. Like always, I will show you the presentation, break the fragrance down a little bit, let you know how it smells to me, and I'll also let you know if it's grown on me and I like it more since the first impressions, which was a little while ago, or if I actually like it less. So let's jump into it. Let's check this one out. And also want to remind you guys, if you do shop at maxaroma.com, use the code GENTS10, save yourself 10% off that website. They used to be more of a discounter, but now they've kind of started to transition and they're covering more or carrying more niche fragrances as kind of a distributor, really. All right, let's check out the presentation here, guys. So first up, we have the box. You got the name of the house, name of the fragrance, the size and concentration on the front there. This is a Parfum 100 ml size. But at the top, you have, once again, the name of the fragrance. You have the size, the concentration, and the wanted logo there. On one side, it says, Azzaro, life is a celebration. Step into the light and enjoy the moment. It's your time to shine. And then there's nothing on the other side. On the back, you have your ingredient information and your barcode. And on the bottom, you have your batch code. Mine is ABUD1EG. And here we've got the bottle. I actually really like the way it looks. So you have that kind of matte finished black top, and then the bottom is a nice ambery color, has a little bit of a gradient, gets darker at the bottom. You have Azzaro on top of the cap. On the bottom, you have a sticker with your badge code etched into the glass. And the cap does click into place. And let's go ahead and waste a couple sprays, like always. Here we go. It's a good atomizer, same as all the other Azzaro wanted fragrances. So when this one came out and I did my first impressions, it's the type of fragrance that is really hard to dislike. You kind of gravitate toward it right away. Has a really nice gourmand kind of feel to it. I guess let's go over really quickly how it does smell and some comparisons and things like that. So note breakdown wise, not great. Azzaro not doing me a solid here. 3 notes, yeah, I know. I complain about it, I harp on it, but it is still kind of annoying. It's like, you guys, you could put a little more out there, you could do a little more world building with the fragrance, put a little more lore behind it, instead of just being like, well, it's got this and that and the other thing, I don't know, whatever. I think that's what I like most about having more notes in the note breakdown, is that it fleshes out the idea of the fragrance, right? This is what it is. Here's what you're gonna pick up and when you're gonna pick it up, and here's why it has those notes. Here's why it smells that way, that kind of deal. Regardless though, 3 notes here. So it has red ginger in the top, in the mid, it has incandescent woods, I believe is what they said, and then bourbon vanilla in the base. So ginger, woods, vanilla, ta-da! So how does it smell? Well, when you first spray it on, you're gonna get a little bit of that Stronger With You, that kind of vibe from Emporio Armani. So it has a little bit of a gourmandy edge. And of course, Stronger With You and the Stronger With You line, really well known for having caramel or toffee or glazed chestnut as some of the focal points of that fragrance line. So you pick up a little bit of a similarity in the Most Wanted Parfum to Stronger With You when you first spray it on. Not like a one-to-one similarity, but still a little bit of a similarity. So you do get that ginger, you get this freshness, this zinginess off the top, and also get kind of a fruity feeling to the top. A little bit like maybe citrus in there. Again, officially there are no fruit notes in the top, but you definitely pick some up. And it has this nice brightness and maybe a little more freshness than you might expect in that initial blast. It does still have, like I said, that gourmand undertone, but it's not heavy when you first spray it on. As it dries down pretty quickly, actually, the fruity sort of sweetness starts to step aside, starts to dissipate. The ginger sticks around, so that sort of sparkle, that pop of freshness, that sticks around into the mid. It doesn't go full bore gourmand. It's definitely in the gourmand territory, in the gourmand range, but it's not, again, as heavy as you might expect. You get that bourbon vanilla that comes out, a very faint little hint of smokiness kind of wafting through the scent, but not at all heavy, once again. The bourbon vanilla sweetness is really nice, super appealing. It doesn't come across powdery. It's very easy to wear, very easy to pull off in fall and winter time. And actually the woodiness of the fragrance comes out as the fragrance dries down more. So technically that's a mid note, but really the actual woodiness of the fragrance comes out when it's been on my skin for a couple hours, I'd say. Then you can smell it, and it has a very, very pleasant, just approachable, almost amber woody feel to it. Again, with remnants of little bits of smoke, very light, and then sweetened up nicely by the vanilla, but not heavy-handedly so. So while the woodiness technically, or the woody notes technically, are mid notes, they really come out the strongest in the dry down. Yeah, you can pick them up heading through the mid, but for me, it's kind of like flip-flopped. More bourbon vanilla coming out in the mid, mixing together with that ginger and the little remnants of the fruit as it heads through the mid, and then the woodiness actually comes out in the base. It does have obviously very strong similarity to the Most Wanted that came before it, and also a little bit of a similarity to Azzaro's Wanted by Night. I would say Wanted by Night on the whole is a little bit more unique to me, but you could almost think of this like a mixture of these two scents, leaning more toward the original, the Most Wanted. Like you took the Most Wanted and injected it with a little bit of Wanted by Night, which also is almost reflected in the bottle. Like you took the top of the Most Wanted and the bottom of Wanted by Night and put it together, and here's the Most Wanted Parfum. Although the bottom of the Most Wanted Parfum, to be fair, is a little bit darker, more ambery colored than Wanted by Night. And I gotta say, after wearing the Most Wanted Parfum multiple times after that came out, after I did the first impressions, man, it is a compliment monster. I know to a lot of people, compliments don't matter. That's not why you're wearing fragrances, but to be fair, if you're looking at the Most Wanted Parfum, it's probably part of the reason that you're looking at it. Positive attention, etc., etc. It is a standout in that field. Just like the Most Wanted was, I almost just chucked that. That was dangerous. It's just as good as this, as far as compliments go, maybe better, actually. And it's because it's one of those fragrances like we're seeing so many of come out right now that are very warm and sweet and spicy with a bit of a masculine woody undertone, a lot of times amber woods. But that type of scent profile is really popular right now. And this is one of the best at doing that, period. For my own personal taste, maybe I still lean toward Wanted by Night just as far as how the scent comes across, but if I'm wanting something that's just gonna absolutely crush it, then I would probably go the Most Wanted Parfum or the Most Wanted over Wanted by Night. They're all three just, you can't go wrong with them. Let's talk about the performance. So in terms of longevity, above average, so over 8 hours off my skin, really good actually, but the projection is not maybe as loud as you might expect it to be. So the projection on this is more average, a little bit above average maybe, but it's not beast mode. It's not the type of scent that's gonna fill up a room, but that's actually maybe for the better because that makes this a more suitable date night fragrance, or a more suitable fragrance for when you don't want something that's just going to obnoxiously project and knock people out. The performance is absolutely there to get you through the night or whenever you decide to wear the fragrance. It's not the type of scent that's gonna disappear off your skin like that. And the projection is definitely loud enough or strong enough that it will get you noticed. It's just not obnoxiously so. And since we talked about that, as far as daytime or nighttime use, it leans nighttime use, surprise. And in terms of seasons, more of a fall and wintertime fragrance, and not really so much a spring or summertime scent. Without a doubt, in comparison to Stronger With You, the original, I would rather wear the Most Wanted Parfum. I think that the Most Wanted Parfum is just a more attractive fragrance, a smoother fragrance, just not quite as youthful, maybe slightly more elegant, more sexy, just a better put together scent. Right now, it's still pretty pricey because it is the newest one in the line. The hope is that eventually it hits discounters and you can pick it up for a price like you can pick up Wanted by Night. Then it will be an absolute steal. Like if you could find this for $35 or something, that would be like a must buy at that point. I bought it for full retail when it first came out. Don't regret it at all. I think it's a really solid fragrance. I just bring up the whole discounter thing because Azzaro's historically have been discounted heavily when they do finally hit discounters. The operative phrase there is when they finally hit discounters. Don't know when that's gonna be. And usually when they do first hit discounters, they're not discounted all that much because discounters know that people have been waiting for it to hit discounters. So when it does hit like the first time, it's not gonna be really cheap. And then as time goes on, it slowly gets cheaper, cheaper, cheaper. So if nothing else, you don't want to pay up for it. Just wait for it to hit discounters on down the road. And you should be able to get it for a good discount. So there we go, Azzaro, the most wanted Parfum. Gotta say, I like it more now than when I did first impressions. This stuff is it's stunning as far as how much attention this pulls. It's pretty simple. There's not a crazy amount going on here. You can easily wrap your head around the fragrance. So if you're looking for something that's, highly artistic and this, that, the other thing, it's not for you. But if you want a fragrance that's doing what's popular right now and doing it about at the height, the pinnacle of designer fragrances in that style, check this out. All right, guys, that will do it for me. Azzaro, the most wanted Parfum for me. Big love. Let me know what you think about that one and the other wanted fragrances, more specifically Wanted by Night and the most wanted, how they compare for you. And thank you for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. I'll see you again another day with another fragrance video. See you guys later.